You lie in bed, the room is still, the lights are off, the day is done, but your mind, still racing. You've counted sheep, tried the warm milk, even turned off every screen hours before bedtime. Yet here you are, again, awake, alone with the clock ticking past 2 a.m. And if you're over 60, it's not just frustrating, it can feel like your body is betraying you. Weren't you supposed to be tired? Why does falling asleep now feel harder than when you were 20? You're not imagining it. According to research from Harvard Health and the Mayo Clinic, changes in sleep patterns are common in older adults, but that doesn't mean they're normal or healthy. In fact, poor sleep after 60 is now linked to hidden risks most seniors aren't warned about, risks that quietly affect your heart, memory, and even your balance. And here's the part no one tells you. It's not just about your age. There may be something else, something small but powerful, that's silently disrupting your sleep every single night. At Comfort Corner, we explore gentle science-backed insights for seniors who want to age with awareness, not fear. So, if you've ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at midnight, whispering, "What's wrong with me?" You're not alone. In today's video, we'll uncover the real reason sleep changes after 60, and the subtle danger your doctor might not have warned you about. Let's begin where most people never think to look, inside the brain. Sleep is not just about shutting down, it's a highly coordinated dance between brain chemicals, hormones, and signals from the environment. And after the age of 60, one key player in that dance begins to quietly step back: melatonin. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone. It's produced naturally by a small structure in your brain called the pineal gland, and it rises in the evening to tell your body it's time to sleep. But here's the hidden truth. As we age, melatonin production declines significantly. Studies from the NIH and the Sleep Foundation confirm that by the time you're in your 60s, your melatonin levels may be just half or even less of what they were in your younger years. And this drop doesn't just delay sleep, it also reduces sleep quality, especially the deep restorative stages your body needs to repair tissue, balance mood, and protect your brain. You might find yourself falling asleep later, waking up more often, and rising too early, still tired. What makes it worse? Many seniors blame themselves. They think, maybe I drank too much tea, maybe I didn't walk enough today. But in reality, your body's natural clock is shifting. Your brain's ability to tell time through light and darkness, known as circadian rhythm, becomes less sensitive, partly because of this melatonin drop. And here's something gentle but important. Taking melatonin supplements without understanding your actual rhythm might not help, and in some cases, it may disrupt your cycle even more. So what can you do? Start small. Get natural sunlight in the morning to reset your brain clock. Dim your lights 2 hours before bed. Avoid blue light screens late at night, and most of all, be kind to yourself. This isn't failure, it's biology. The good news is, once you understand how your aging brain handles melatonin, you can start working with it, not against it. Because sleep, after all, is not a battle to win. It's a rhythm to rediscover. What if the reason you can't sleep isn't in your head, but in your gut? It may sound strange, but emerging research has revealed a powerful link between gut health and sleep, especially as we age. And it all starts with something scientists now call the second brain, your gut microbiome. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, many of which play essential roles in producing neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that influence mood, stress, and yes, even sleep. One of these messengers is serotonin, a precursor to melatonin, the sleep hormone we just discussed. In fact, about 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut, not your brain. But here's the issue. After 60, changes in diet, medications, and even reduced digestive efficiency can cause imbalances in your gut microbiome. This imbalance, called dysbiosis, can lead to inflammation, increased anxiety, and disruption of your body's sleep-wake signals. According to the National Institutes of Health and studies published in Frontiers in Neuroscience, gut health may be one of the most overlooked factors in late-life insomnia. Many seniors unknowingly feed the bad bacteria through high-sugar or low-fiber diets, or by overusing antacids and antibiotics. And the result? You feel restless, anxious, and oddly alert at bedtime, like your body wants to sleep, but your system says not yet. So what can you do to gently restore balance? Start with simple, nourishing changes. Eat a variety of colorful vegetables. Your gut bacteria thrive on fiber. Add in fermented foods like plain yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut a few times a week. Limit processed foods and sugars, especially in the evening. And perhaps most importantly, listen to your body. Gas, bloating, irregular digestion? They might not just be digestive problems, they could be sleep problems in disguise. As we continue, we'll look beyond the gut into another surprising cause that many doctors don't check for, but that quietly affects millions of seniors at night. You wake up at 1:30 a.m., then again at 3, and by 5 a.m. you've already been to the bathroom twice. Sound familiar? This pattern has a name: nocturia, the need to wake and urinate during the night. And for many people over 60, it becomes one of the most underestimated causes of poor sleep. But here's what most don't realize. Nocturia is not just a bladder issue, it's a sleep disruptor with ripple effects on your memory, energy, and immune health. As we age, several changes converge to make nocturia more common. The bladder becomes less elastic and can't hold as much. The kidneys produce more urine at night than they used to. And the signal between your bladder and brain becomes more sensitive, waking you up even when the urge is small. According to the Mayo Clinic and the Sleep Foundation, over 50% of adults over 60 experience nocturia regularly, and yet few talk to their doctor about it, either out of embarrassment or the belief that it's just part of getting old. But that's not entirely true. In many cases, nocturia is made worse by things you can change. Drinking too many fluids, especially caffeine or alcohol, late in the day, certain medications like diuretics taken in the evening, or untreated conditions like diabetes, sleep apnea, or prostate issues for men. And here's something most seniors never consider. Every time you wake up and turn on the bathroom light, your brain gets a shot of bright blue light, which suppresses melatonin and makes falling back asleep even harder. So what can you do? First, don't ignore it. Track how often you're waking and bring it up with your doctor. It's not a nuisance, it's a signal. Shift your water intake earlier in the day. Avoid alcohol and caffeine after 3 p.m. Install warm red-toned nightlights instead of bright ones to minimize melatonin suppression. Most importantly, be gentle with your frustration. Needing the bathroom at night isn't a failure. It's a message from your body that needs attention, not shame. And when we return, we'll explore a lesser-known factor, how the loss of movement after 60 can prevent your body from feeling ready for rest. Sleep is the body's way of saying, you've done enough, now rest. But what if your body hasn't done enough? After 60, many seniors naturally slow down, not out of laziness, but due to joint pain, medical conditions, or the absence of structure after retirement. Suddenly, entire days can pass with minimal movement, sitting through breakfast, reading on the couch, watching TV, maybe a short walk, then more sitting. And while rest is important, the absence of movement can lead to the absence of sleep. You see, our bodies were built to move, and not just for weight or heart health. Movement creates a kind of healthy fatigue, the kind that signals to your nervous system, we've used energy today, it's time to recover. When that physical signal is missing, your brain doesn't fully shift into repair mode. It stays alert, restless, unsettled. This explains why you might feel mentally tired but still toss and turn at night, because your body isn't tired in the right way. Research from the National Institute on Aging and Johns Hopkins Sleep Center confirms that even light, consistent physical activity, like walking, gardening, or stretching, can improve sleep quality in older adults. But here's the key. It's not about exhausting yourself. It's about rhythm. A gentle daily rhythm of movement helps retrain your body's circadian clock, reduce stress hormones like cortisol, and increase the production of melatonin in the evening. What can this look like in practice? A slow morning walk, even just 15 minutes in sunlight, light housework or gardening in the afternoon, simple stretches or chair yoga in the early evening. Avoid intense workouts close to bedtime. These can overstimulate instead of calm. And most of all, treat movement as a form of kindness, not punishment. Because after 60, movement is no longer about pushing harder. It's about inviting your body back into balance. Next, we'll uncover one last, often invisible cause of poor sleep in seniors. One that may not come from your body at all, but from the emotional weight you carry. Sometimes the heaviest thing keeping you awake at night isn't your body, it's your mind. You turn off the lights, lie back, and suddenly the thoughts begin to circle. Did I forget to call my daughter? What if my health gets worse? Am I really doing okay, or just pretending? For many seniors, anxiety doesn't vanish with age. It simply changes shape. It becomes quieter, more private. Less about the future, more about what's already happened and what might still be waiting. What's often misunderstood is that this emotional tension can be just as disruptive to sleep as physical pain. It keeps your nervous system slightly alert, like a security light that never fully turns off. You may not feel panicked, but you feel uneasy. You fall asleep, then wake after just a few hours, with no clear reason why. Harvard Health and the American Psychological Association have both identified late-life anxiety and unresolved grief as under-recognized causes of sleep disturbances in older adults. It may stem from life changes, retirement, loss of a spouse, health scares, or even deep, unspoken loneliness. And here's what makes it harder. Many seniors hesitate to speak up. They think, I've lived through worse, I shouldn't complain. But emotional pain that's never voiced still speaks. It just does so at night. So what can be done? Start with awareness. Notice if there's a thought pattern that repeats every night. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Consider gentle tools like evening journaling to offload worries, guided meditation or breathing apps designed for seniors, speaking with a counselor, support group, or even a trusted friend. Even a short daily ritual, lighting a candle, reading something calming, or saying a quiet prayer can help tell your nervous system, we're safe now. It's time to let go. Because sleep is not just about closing your eyes, it's about unclenching your heart. And for many of us, especially after 60, that might be the most healing thing of all. So why can't you sleep after 60? It turns out there isn't just one reason, but a constellation of quiet shifts that gently pull sleep out of reach. And none of them mean you've done anything wrong. First, your brain's melatonin production slows, confusing your internal clock and making it harder to fall and stay asleep. Then, your gut health begins to influence your sleep more than ever, with imbalances in your microbiome quietly disrupting mood and rest. At night, your bladder starts calling, not out of spite, but because of aging organs and habits that may be adjusted. Your body may be still for too long during the day, missing the natural signals that movement sends to prepare for rest. And finally, there's the emotional weight, the thoughts, the griefs, the silent worries that show up when everything else grows quiet. But here's the good news. You don't need to fix everything all at once. You don't need to become a perfect sleeper overnight. What you can do is begin with one small thing. Sit outside in morning light for 10 minutes. Add one serving of fermented food to your week. Set a reminder to drink more water earlier in the day, not later. Stretch gently before bed. Light a candle or write a single sentence in a journal just to unburden the heart. These aren't cures, they're conversations with your body. And the more you listen, the more it speaks. Sleep after 60 isn't gone. It's simply asking to be reclaimed gently, slowly, with compassion. If this video brought you even a small moment of clarity or comfort, hold on to that. Because the truth is, sleep, like so much in life after 60, is no longer something we chase. It's something we return to, like a familiar path we've wandered from, but can always find again if we walk gently, with patience, and without shame. You are not broken. You are not too old. You are in a chapter where your body and mind are simply asking for a new kind of listening. So tonight, when the room grows quiet and the thoughts begin to stir, try this. Place a hand over your chest. Breathe in slowly. Remind yourself, I am allowed to rest. I am still worthy of peace. And if these words resonated with you, if they made you feel seen or less alone, please consider sharing this video with someone who might be wide awake tonight, just like you. Leave a comment below if something in this message spoke to you. I do read them, and your words matter more than you know. I'm Michael from Comfort Corner, wishing you peace, health, and a heart full of hope.